Hi, welcome. Welcome to this video, and just shooting a video out to all my subscribers, and not sending it out to anyone. That's the ego, isn't it? I'm just putting a message out of the video. Now, I want to talk about the media. I haven't spoke of that for a while, and how it's there's probably what I'll be talking about where I'm putting this is the social media, the platforms, the not inside the business realm, not inside the technological realm of media, just within the media of how we're putting it out there to people. And it's almost like a diary, a public diary, no lock on books. And we bring the media into our own homes, we press the record button and stuff like this, and how it's important to create content that is by the by. If you want to paint a picture about yourself, then that's what you do. You paint a picture about yourself. So it's having the forefront and the tenacity to understand that, and then to carry yourself in a certain way that does not create any confusion or any I wish I was like that, anything like this. There's no competition. It isn't a competition. There's no competition. And of course, with the media, you never know what's going to happen. Any story can get picked up. Obviously, the mainstream media they know their metrics, and they know what they like. They know the kind of stories that they like. The seasonal things, like the political seasonal things and holidays, these are all going to give you a catalyst for the subject to find coherent follow-up on what you're actually trying to say, or do, or show, or whatever you're doing. Just be happy, man. Let's just bloody be happy. And the thing is when you put that message out onto the media as well, it's like people are going to capture that happiness as well, and then they're going to see you in that way. Now, when you're consuming the media for the social media, there's always going to be that push and pull of what you want to take on board, or if you're seeking something, if you're looking for something, if you are suffering from something right now, looking for particular answers. There's no miracles out there. There's no like, oh, that changed my life forever kind of thing, because that's not what we want. All we want is just to be using it. You download the app, you use it until, like a cigarette, it goes out or it goes away. You see, that's the fear as well. The fear is that all this will go away, and even if it does go away, it's not something to be fearful of. I'm not one to project fear onto anything, but the media is very powerful. Let's face it, and someone could literally take your interpretation of what's going on and put it into a category of things that are relevant, and then it can make that nothingness of the non-seeking creativity into something that matters to a particular type of audience, or a particular type of blogger, or someone who's using media as a blog, visually, pictures. Maybe it's just someone who likes drawing, painting, cartooning, or just having videos in a backdrop of music. It just fits the colours, the lingua franca, and then there's other things as well that make us pipe up and get excited about things, and you would not expect it to happen. You would not expect it to be as exciting as what it is. You wouldn't expect it to get likes, basically. You wouldn't expect it to get subscribers. You wouldn't expect it to get anything. Well, here's the thing. When you're consuming it and you're putting it through the thing, you don't know what's gone on, the preparation behind the scenes of before it was put out there, and the intention of what's happening. And it's just great, I think, to just put something out there with no intention. There's nothing other than just creating content and displaying your communication skills on the media, on the non-corporate technological media. It's just existing and showing that you're still alive. Because, you know, any glimmer of that you're not alive, then surely it should just by rights be able to go away, like when you're gone. The pictures and the memories and the weddings, the funerals, the weddings, the parties, the good times, the family get-togethers are for just that, are for them type of people, type of audience. An example of party, and then the party would have the rights on the video footage, and the same goes for the blogs and any magazines or anything like that that make the group drawn to that media broadcast. It's either visual, lyrical. I mean, now we're in that age where new news churning out, old's getting dug up, popular, top 10 now, 41, 42, 43. You can just do anything you want, and you can do mash up and mix up and stuff like that. That's musical media. And again, by having a non-topic is such a difficult thing to do, because people like an anchor, they like to have a reason, they like to have a takeaway, and there's no takeaways. I don't have any takeaways for you. Partly because, like, if I get creative and then the takeaway goes away, then it can be quite how do I say, you feel like the rug's been pulled underneath the carpet. You know, it's, I own my media, I put it out there, so I have to add value. And of course, yeah, you add value, otherwise people will listen, it's disrespectful to them. But the thing is don't worry about all that. At the moment, we're just talking about creating media and doing it on the fly, not just for your own benefit, not just for your own cataloguing, but just for safety reasons, whereby you're not getting too honest, you're not giving too much away, you're just basically rabbiting on like I'm doing now. But the main point that I'd like to say is, with a story, there's always a story, you know, with a story is going to be, once upon a time there was a princess who lived on a bed of peas and stuff like that. Is like, we don't even need that. This could just end now, and it doesn't have to end on like, and they all lived happily ever after, because there's no story to the media, there's no rhyme or reason, there doesn't have to be the consistency. It's good to know when something's good and it gets a reaction, and you measure that and you put it into your corporate media preeminent kind of break into the something that's already been done. I mean, let's face it, the internet is full of things that have already been done. We're already doing a lot of what we're already doing. People are already doing what we are just getting our toes wet in. And So the thing is, is media and communication serve a purpose, and whether you are a professional or just somebody who's starting out and they've got an answer, a question to answer somebody, it really doesn't matter, because when you watch it and then you get entertained by it, now you can just see it's all waffle. At the end of it, you leave there feeling a certain way. You might feel angry, you might feel sad, and so just remember when you're putting your media out there that there's no rhyme or reason to the intention that you give out and the reaction that it gets from other people, because reactions by the by anyway, especially when you're getting spam comments and people who just want you to come to their profile, so all your friends will go there and see if they're worth dating, and all this kind of thing is like, if you're not on the market for dating and stuff like that, then there's no reason to be confident. There's no reason to be having all the right, ticking the right boxes, the awards in the background, the books over the head and all this stuff, the right hairdo, the right clean shaven. It's just all rubbish, is what I'm saying. But it's necessary rubbish. The media is the rubbish, and like the first thing that people do when they go into the apartment of somebody is they'll go and search in the bin, and they'll find what's in the bin that's scribbled out and stuff like that. And you shouldn't worry about what's in the bin. If you're worrying about what's in the bin, then you're obviously up to no good. And just remember this as well. If you're like me, your mind is influenced by the last few things that you've watched. So for me, I watched some film last night, and it was about a woman who's going around basically finding rich men and taking their money, not even marrying them, just she'd have sex with them, manipulate them. And but there's the couple go in, one of the daughters goes in and finds in the bin all these different things, and how she circled this rich guy in the newspaper who was a father, and she instantly knew, even though she'd already known through her instinct, through her judgment, and through certain things that happened to her from the very sneaky woman, it's physical evidence, isn't it? And it's the same with media. By putting stuff out, you're putting a stamp on it, and you're putting it out. It's like emailing your book to yourself, it's just good when people share stuff with you as well before it actually goes to print, before everything goes on to the final cut. But there's a lot of rubbish out there, and I think this is probably just joining the slag pile as well. But thanks for watching. And another thing that I'd like to talk about is I spoke about me. I think it's important to talk about you. It's difficult to talk about you when your experience has been mollycoddled by other people, and it's so easy to buy that expensive bag or lose it and stuff. It's like, or pay for that expensive experience and then remember it and then try and explain it through the media or just through your own memory, is by putting the media video, non-corporate, non-tech, it means something. It really does mean something. So what else could I say is having a basic knowledge of how to publish it in the first place is pretty easy. I just press the record button now. If it doesn't work direct from the site that you're doing it on, you just record it on a phone. This is on an iPhone 4, I think, 5. and you know, you put it out there, and it's done. It's a perfect video. It's perfect megapixels, and everything's good. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to move any action. You don't have to smoke a cigarette. I'll have another one. Yeah, if you've got any questions for me that you'd like to ask and like to be answered in a kind of non-professional way, I'll give it my best shot. And you know, if I don't go to Wikipedia or search on Reddit or something like that, just to get me grounded, you know, this is what you're in for now. This is the kind of media that's available to anyone. We are, in our own way, good, big, small, large, famous, non-famous, superhuman. You know, we have access to we've got the keys to the kingdom. All the secrets out there, all the secrets that we think are shocking and new, they were getting done many years ago as well. So the thing is about media is all it's done is it's opened the lid on a lot of different things, and because of that, people are ending up at gatherings, get-togethers, celebrations, feasts of all different cultures and genres, and the following a hybrid of narratives, films, books, romance, horror, comedy. It's just a complete hodgepodge in mainstream media. Well, yeah, when we come to listening to a diary kind of waffle rant like this, then it's different, isn't it? Or it should be different. And then it suddenly comes to the realisation that this guy's just talking absolute, you know, nothing. But the thing is, the key takeaway for me that I want to take away from this is that I'd done it. You know, I just pressed record and done it. And you can do that as well. You don't need any fancy red button camera, or I mean, you don't need even to holder for the device. You can just lean it on something, and it's just good to get a reflection of who you are and what you're saying. And but remember what we were talking about. We were talking about the media and the uncorporate, non-technological, in this case video. When you're listening to my voice, you're probably not even watching the video at times, because maybe you're multitasking, reading a book, or you've got this on open on another browser in the background and you're traffic surfing or writing something, and it's all just a catalyst for creativity. Well, what I'm saying with the media is there doesn't have to be any topic, there doesn't have to be any jacking of what's popular right now. It's just get on with it and say it, and in doing so you leave a trail that someone can get back to you and say, like, okay, I do actually want to talk to Rob. You know, I don't want to waste my time with people who don't really want to engage with me, but at the same time I value people's engagement myself, so it's all a bit it's not making sense, is it? But if you can relate with not making sense yourself, and you can relate with just putting it out there, not worrying about what people think about you and stuff like that, is then you can share this video wherever you want, and otherwise just leave a comment or subscribe, because that's what we want more subscribers, want more likes, and eventually, like, the synaptic links will eventually bring us together, and the media is a necessary force, you know, for communication. And if you have an agenda, i.e. you have a goal, or you have to find a marketing angle then video is a good way of doing that. But just getting started and doing it and putting it out there is more than enough for where I'm at the moment anyway. Wherever you're at, I don't know, maybe you just need to take a bit of time off from all the bullshit and you know, get it out there and just share it, because I think probably some of your fans will enjoy that, and doesn't have to answer any questions, doesn't have to make anyone feel better or worse, just enjoy it, okay?